Hey everyone. Okay, so I've been feeling this intuitive nudge to kind of break fear down and kind of talk about how to digest it. So, as a society, as people, we are conditioned to be a sponge for fear. We must pause and decide our emotions, sustain our vibration, and decide how we want to feel, and then make decisions and then take in information from that higher vibrational place so that we can use our critical thinking skills, so that we can use discernment, so that we can propel ourselves forward. Now, the faster we process and release the fear vibration within us, the faster things outside of us can change. So, this is why fear is a weapon that is used by the media, by companies, for marketing, for all the things. Like, look around and see what sources are using fear as propaganda, as, just as how they're marketing their product, their things, all right. So whenever we look at it that way, we can see that this is why fear is a weapon. And we have to remember that fear casts out love. Okay. And on the flip side of that coin, love casts out fear. So when we look at it from that perspective, we can see that fear casts out intelligence, it casts out goodness, it casts out all things truth, all thought of truth. So you see why it is so widely used. Um, it's a very manipulative vibrational energy that we are so susceptible to, and we are kept in a place to be susceptible to become that sponge. So instead of identifying with it and holding on to that vibration, we need to move through it and bring it to light. When we do this, it lifts the vibration of not only you, but of the entire planet. Okay. So here's how we can do that. Here's the 5 step process of how we can process the fear and move into a higher vibrational state. And whenever we process this, I like to create the visualization of we are taking it in like we're drinking it, and then we are literally putting like misting it back out into the atmosphere and it just evaporates. Okay, so it comes through us and we process it, we transmute it, and we give it back out and it just evaporates. Okay, again, raising the entire vibration of the planet. So I feel that it is very important and it is each individual's job to be able to process the fear to shift the entire world. So the 5 steps are: number one, we have to name it. What is the fear? What is it that you are really fearing? Okay. And name it, call it out. Even and we might be afraid to say it because we might be afraid whenever we say it, it's going to make it happen. This is not true. Whenever we say it and we call it out, we bring it into the light for it to be brought brought to the surface. So, what is the fear? Number 2 is find it. Where did it come from? What is the source of it? And where are you carrying it in your body? I know for me personally, whenever I hear something that is fearful, it immediately goes to my stomach. I either want to throw up or I have to go to the bathroom. Okay, so I am at a point where my body is vibrating so high because I've sustained my vibration that I feel it so fast and I can process it so fast. So the third is we need to feel it. Okay, whenever we feel it, what are the underlying feelings of it? Are we depressed? Are we really afraid? What do we feel like? Are we having, racing thoughts? Are we having panic attacks? Are we having anxiety? What are the feelings, that are under it, Number 4, hear it. Let it be heard and decide if it is your truth. Let it tell you what it wants to tell you. Maybe it's telling you that you need to do XYZ or that you need to say XYZ. What is it telling you? Okay. Um, and then once it's telling you what it really wants to tell you, you get to decide if that is truth or not. And again, in my body, my body instantly can decide if it's truth or not. It'll either be my higher self saying yes or no, instead of my ego just saying yes, because our ego thrives on that fear energy. And then number 5 is send it love. Okay, so envision light wherever you are feeling it. And for a lot of people, that might be all over their body because they are living and walking in that fear energy all the time. So they really can't tell where they have it in their body. So this is when you want to send light to your entire body because you have to find it out. And again, as you raise your vibration, you're going to be instantly be able to be like, yeah, I hold it in my heart, I hold it in my stomach, I hold it in my knees. Everybody holds it in different places. So this is how as a collective, we have been shifting the vibration of the planet for the last year tremendously. Okay, remember, light is information, darkness is the absence of it. So there was a huge energy upgrade just recently on the 5th of January, okay? And this is the result. Everything in the 3D fear-based matrix is coming to light right now. And it's coming to light to be transmuted. Everything, okay? So this is a spiritual event, a spiritual, the ascension process that is expressing itself in many 3D ways right now today. And it can be very overwhelming if you don't have, an emotional suit of armor on. So it's important to check in with yourself and zoom out. Okay. Everything that we are feeling on the outside is showing what we need to heal on the inside. Once we can process this is an internal this is an external thing that's happening that has to be worked through on the inside of every single one of us. So we have to check in with ourselves and we have to zoom out. Okay. Zoom out from the specific situations, the specific people, all of the things that are triggering that fear inside of you. Zoom out. Okay. Allow the energy to flow through you. Become a transmuter, not a storage unit. Okay. So every word carries a vibration. And oftentimes, those vibrations that we are, hearing and seeing and all the things are not aligned with love and light. And then we have to then zoom in on ourselves and process it instead of building it up until you lose your shit. Okay, we have to process this because whenever we are moving through these things, we have to remember that we are experience everything through our deepest level of fear. So if we have never processed fear before in our life, we are feeling it from that lowest layer. Okay. So we have to then heal those layers and allow them to come up to the surface. So you might have to work through this 5-step process 10 times before, you're like, "Oh my God, okay." You're going to feel better every single time you do it, okay? But you want to take that deepest fear that you have and start there, okay? Because when you move up the scale and you move up, everything that you're doing here is going to raise your vibration. Whenever you raise your vibration, you're going to become more of a person that is thinking through a lens of love instead of a lens of fear. And you want to let your dominant view of life be a lens of love. Otherwise, you're going to create a life out of fear, and that's not fun. So, I hope this was helpful for you. Like I said, I've been feeling very called to share this process to help people. There's so much going on right now, and it can be very overwhelming. There's a lot of overthinking going on, there is a lot of absorbing going on. So, we need to take a moment to pause and check in, zoom out, and then zoom in on ourselves. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.